Hello and what is going on today, guys? Tomcat here, and it is back. Well, not just it, all of it. Toyota is coming back to the Forza series, and they have confirmed that they will be back in the Forza series for a very, very, very long time, kind of alluding and indicating to the fact that they've signed a deal that goes for quite a few years. And because of that, the Toyota Supra is coming back to Forza on December 12th. It will be back in Forza Horizon 4, I believe, as a car that you can buy just in the standard dealership and will not be locked behind a trial or locked behind any other kind of seasonal event. Now, throughout the course of this video, I'm going to be going over a few other things that are coming to Forza very, very soon, as well as the new seasonal updates and some of the new cars that are coming into the series as well, because we got some really, really good ones coming soon. But I really did want to go ahead and get that Toyota announcement out of the way, because the Toyota announcement is definitely the big one, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of this video. And I also wanted to talk about some of the reception that I've seen in the community regarding Toyota and regarding how everybody is receiving it, because you seem to have some people on one side of the aisle and some people on the other side of the aisle as well. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Now, in regards to everything that's coming soon in the seasonal championships, the 488 Pista will be a trial reward. Now, whether or not you feel good about that or you're mad about that, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a trial reward, and there's nothing that we can do about it. They've already decided that that's going to be a trial reward, and I know that there's already been people that are very excited, and there's also people that are very angry about the fact that it's a trial reward. But my advice to you on that is to jump in on that early, like right after it goes live, as soon as you can after it goes live, because that's when some of the really good players will be trying to get into it. Otherwise, it can be a little bit tricky, because the trials, depending on how hard they are, can be a little bit tricky to complete if you wait until the end, because the good players usually get them done right around the beginning. Now, to talk about some of the other rewards that are coming in this particular round of seasonal updates, we have a sort of weird rebodied McLaren. We also have the Lamborghini Diablo GTR, and we also have a old Ferrari Le Mans car that came after the kind of Ford versus Ferrari era. So all of those will be touched on later on in this video, but I want to go back and talk about Toyota a little bit, because the Toyota announcement has been met with a variety of reactions, right? A variety of reactions ranging from, like, basically a variety of reactions ranging from, oh my god, to like, wow, this is really going to make the game better for like, 5 minutes. So I would like to know what side of the fence you're on, because when I initially saw the update, I was really, really excited, and I still am really, really excited, and I think that it's really good that they're bringing them back, and I think that it's good to be excited about it, right? It's good to be excited about the fact that Toyota is back. Now, there are some people that are saying, well, I'm not excited about it because they should have been back here from the get-go. They should have been in the game, and, they're just late. I'm not excited. And there's other people that are saying, well, if you don't like the gameplay, then a car's not going to fix the gameplay, blah, 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 blah. Regardless, if you like the gameplay of Forza, you're going to enjoy the fact that Toyota is back. I mean, like, regardless. That's just how that's going to be. What I'm mainly curious about is it going to be, like, just about an exact port of what it was back in Horizon 3? Like, are we going to get the same sounds? Are we going to get the same gameplay dynamics? Are we going to get basically the same exact car? Or is it going to be heavily, heavily updated in terms of sound and in terms of driving and, drivability and physics and stuff like that? Because they did say on one of the live streams that they had to rework some different things about these Toyotas in order to bring them forward into Horizon 4, because they hadn't really been updated in a long time, and that makes sense. That makes sense. I get that, and it makes sense, and it's, very, very believable. But I wonder if they will have re-recorded a 2J, like a new 2J sound, or if they'll be bringing forward the old 2J sound. So that's definitely something to watch out for, and something that I'm very curious to check out again on December 12th. December 12th is the Toyota Supra Horizon 4 release date. So mark your calendars for that. If you're very, very, very excited for the Supra and you can't wait to get your hands on it in Horizon 4, again, December 12th, mark that date. That is your Toyota Supra date. So keeping that in mind, are you guys going to be like, getting ready for the Supra? Are you guys excited for the Supra? Or are you meh, if it comes out, it comes out. If not, then don't worry about it. So another thing that this makes me excited about is since we're getting the old Supra, does that mean we'll get the new one? And before you go crazy in the comments with your like, well, we already have the new one. It's the Z4. Okay. Having the actual new Supra, the Mark V Supra, there are distinct differences between the new Z4 and the new Supra in terms of suspension setup, ECU tuning, engine tuning. There's all sorts of different things that are different. The architecture is the same, yes, but it would be really cool to have the Mark IV and the Mark V side by side in Horizon 4, because whether or not you agree with the whole language that the Mark V has brought forward to the table, with it being a shared platform with BMW and all that sort of stuff, whether or not you agree with that, it would be very, very cool to have the two side by side in Horizon 4. Now, something else that it's important to keep in mind is, does this mean that Toyota is also back on the menu for lots of other racing games, or does it mean that it is now exclusive to not just Gran Turismo, but Forza as well? So, I wonder if they've kind of expanded themselves back into the space, or if they're being really, really careful still. So, whether or not that's the case, I mean, whether or not we'll be seeing Toyota in other racing titles going forward, I definitely think that is something to keep your eye out for, and something to keep an eye out on. And also, moving forward as of the release of this current Horizon 4 update, finally, the Bone Shaker and the Tractor will be officially getting removed from the competitive aspects of the game. I think they said it would be getting removed from online adventure as well as certain rivals events, which is actually really important to a lot of people that enjoy playing the game, because, not gonna lie, a lot of the adventures I went into, it was like, oh, Bone Shaker, Bone Shaker, Bone Shaker, Bone Shaker, Bone Shaker. So the Bone Shaker kind of ruined the online adventure aspect a little bit, at least for me, because, you know, when you have one car that's considered a god car, everybody's going to use the god car, and nobody's going to use anything else, and there's not really much point to go and try to build another car to compete, unless you really like to play the underdog factor and go, well, you know, maybe I can make up for how overpowered, you know, this other car, let's say the Bone Shaker, is by either, you know, sheer skill or sheer luck, depending on what you like to rely on in Horizon 4. But regardless, the removal of the Bone Shaker and the Tractor will finally be going into effect. Now, again, to touch on a couple of other cars real quick, I'm excited about the Diablo GTR. I think it's a really, really cool car, but I can honestly say that I'm more excited about the 488 Pista than I am about the Diablo GTR. I really like the Diablo GTR, but I don't know if it's going to be anything over the top. Whereas with the 488 Pista, I think not only did the community request that car like over and over and over and kind of, you know, give the whole general like, why is this not here type thing, like, but at the end of the day, I feel like you'll be able to do some more crazy stuff with the 488 Pista. I mean, who knows? If there's a drift suspension option, I could definitely see people making, you know, like, crazy drift adventure cars out of it, as well as people using it as a race car. And, you know, whether they use it as a race car or a drift car, I think is definitely something that remains to be seen. The Diablo GTR, I definitely see as having, you know, as being more geared towards the whole, like, racing aspect, whereas the 488 Pista, I feel like you could do kind of whatever you want with it. You could go the race route, you could go the drift route, you could go really whatever route you want. And that weird rebodied McLaren thing, I am not really feeling it personally. I don't really have much interest in that car. Some people might, because obviously, you know, it's here, so some people might, but I look at it and I go, that's weird. Like, I don't know how to feel about it. But regardless, one big thing that I want to talk about related to Toyota, and I kind of wanted to save it for a little bit later on towards the end of the video here, is the fact that I'm really, really hoping that Toyota comes back as like a big package and not just as like, here's your Supra, you could shut up now. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's kind of, you know, that's a bit of a risk, a bit of a worry. Not really a bit of a worry, but it's like in the back of your mind, you're kind of, you know, sometimes you kind of worry that they'll be like, okay, here's your Supra, be quiet now, you know? Like, we gave you your Supra, we gave you your internet god car, like, now you can go home. And, you know, and now everybody will be like, oh, okay, well, we got our Supra, we got the best car in the world, so now we can go home. But no, not really. What I would love to see is I would love to see Toyota come forward with some weird stuff. I mean, I remember having so much fun with the freaking Prius. The Prius was a blast in Forza. I remember using the Prius. I remember using the Supra, obviously. But, like, you have weird stuff, too, like an Igo, you know? Which may not be quite as relevant to the American market, but for the European market, that's definitely something that I think would be cool to have. And also, stuff that they've never had before. I mean, the Chasers. Like, come on, man. We gotta have the Chasers. We gotta have the Cressidas. We've gotta have these other cars that are not just your normal, average, like, run-of-the-mill fanboy Toyotas. And also, they have said that this also confirms that Lexus will be back, which opens the door to a massive amount of new cars. Like, you have, you know, LC500 that could be a possibility, GSF, RCF, ISF, like all these different cars that could be a possibility, and all these different cars that could add a lot to the game that have potential to come back now into Horizon and Motorsport. So, with all that being said, let me know in the comment section down below what you guys thought about this video and what your thoughts are on the whole return of Toyota, and also what you guys are excited about in terms of the new cars and seasonal rewards that are coming to Horizon 4 starting this Thursday, which I believe is the 21st. This video will have gone live on the 19th, but on Thursday the 21st, we will be rolling into the new season, and we will have access to these new cars. And of course, I will be bringing you guys content on those as well. So again, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave it a like. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys thought of it, and what your thoughts are on the return of Toyota, and what Toyotas you think are going to need to come back and or be added to the game in terms of new cars. And I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Talk to y'all later.